let's go. Hello. May I take some photos? You are very handsome.
Look at the expression, the laughter and the smile, man.
It's good.
It's so nice. First time I've actually been to Munich, and I love coming to a new place and just wandering the streets, turning up with no real sort of fixed idea of what to look for. And I think you walk out your door, you follow your nose, and hopefully find some interesting things. Oh, yeah. That's going in the video.
So you've never been in Latin America?
Never.
Why?
I just haven't
That's
had a chance.
so strange.
I know.
I love this part of my country. This is the Pacific coast.
Yeah.
It's a place called Huapi.
That portrait's stunning. I love the yellow and the backdrop and simplicity of it.
You love yellow.
I love yellow. You've got her, but also her environment, which I think, you know, with portraiture, it's always good to see where, especially with documentary portraiture, you want to see where that person's from and a part of their life. The arches are beautiful, man. Let's frame a picture up here.
Just stay. Look for the light, please.
There?
Yeah. Why so serious?
That's cool.
I love the serious one.
Oh, I like that. That's cool. That look good. So I had an amazing afternoon walking around the streets of Munich, some iconic spots, the market area, the parks, some of the busiest spots where there's lots of people, taking some pictures with the 15T Pro, working with 3 great photographers, hearing a little bit about what's important to them with their photography, seeing their work, watching their approach. Just been a wonderful afternoon.
Xiaomi.
I think the interesting thing about photography is that you send 10 photographers to the exact same place and you get 10 totally different reality. For me, photography is a way to stay connected to the small things in life. It's both a way to explore what's happening in the big world.
For me, each project is a way of healing myself from my past, find a link between the struggle of communities and myself.
I think for me, this was about joy. It's about gratitude.
I'm quite interested in the different people on the street for celebrating the Chinese New Year.
It was curiosity that drove me to his shop, and it's curiosity that drove him.
I think the emotions of isolation in a big city, I think that can be quite powerful.
For this project was mostly wonder, thought of, being alone in this universe.
A really, really unique few hours to be walking around Madrid, where nothing was working, hordes of people everywhere, moments full of life.
It was interesting because I'm not a street photographer, but experience that kind of emotion.
It was a photo of an old couple. They're just like everybody else. They don't have the internet. They're completely lost on the street.
We've all got this one thing in common where we just love taking pictures of people and humanity.
It's a very great opportunity to be part of this community and connect with these photographers and see their body of work.
Curious about
I feel like we have different perspective and point of view, so it was interesting to share that moment together.
I'm happy with this community. All my life I thought that it's not my way, but now I'm happy with this.
Be part of a community, I'm not alone anymore. I always have friends to get ideas, to get inspired. So for me, it's like a community of home.
Coffee, please.
No cash, photo only. The very first Leica photo was taken right here 100 years ago. Now Wetzlar is a very special landmark for photography lovers, especially Leica photographers. And today we're here to host a master cafe, gathering old and new friends in photography. In exchange of a nice photo, we'll give you a coffee. We are almost ready with the setup now. I can't wait to see who's going to pass by later. And this is it. People are coming.
Ein Kaffee bitte. Dankeschön. I'm really proud of the photo because I like the composition and the blue sky, and it represents the name Wetzlar, where Leica is from. I really like this one. This is really nice.
One coffee. Thank you.
I chose this photo because he's my best friend. One coffee, please. Thank you.
A coffee for a photo.
Great photos. I love your work.
One coffee, please.
Coffee, please.
Which one do you like best?
Some of them are quite inspiring.
Look at that one.
That's just an operation that's Leica.
We're here for the 100 years of Leica, and just over there in Wetzlar is where one of the very first pictures was taken.
People ask me sometimes, can I use a phone to make good pictures? These are more than capable of getting beautiful results.
We already passed what you could use. They're good.
I'm used to that kind of cameras, but there are so many moments in which using that, it's just best choice. Part of my portfolio is completely made by phone. It's just a different language.
I'm just really happy to see devices like this that are more accessible. Like, it's bringing people to actually be interested in photography more.
What do you guys think of today's activity or event, like the Master Cafe?
People take their own photograph and then get a free coffee. Well, I think it's cool that the pictures are printed. I think that helps. That's that, that thing that people think it's always on the phone.
Yeah.
And if you see it in that size and see that how it looks like, I think that's where it really shines, and kind of realize that there's more to photography than just this social media stuff, that like one picture can be significant.
Yeah, this is what it's about for me, and less content, more photography.
I told you, it's nuts.
Manual focus.
And now the wall looks good with all the beautiful photos.
One thing I absolutely love with teaching workshops or working with other photographers is when 3 or 4 photographers turn up to one spot and then all take it on in a different way photographically. Today we're going to be walking through the streets of Munich, and I'm going to be working with 3 amazing photographers, hearing a little bit about where they come from, photos they take, and what's important to them when they're out on the street taking pictures. We're going to be here working with the 15T Pro. We're going to find some unique spots, take some pictures. It's going to be fun. Let's go. So here we are, man. I'm from Australia. I'm a huge surfer. Are we in Australia? No, we're in Munich. I'm not a surfer. You want to show me some work?
Yeah, this
picture, man, that's stunning.
It's kind of meaningful to me because my son at home, he really wants a pirate. When I took this, he was so happy. It reminds me of him every time I look at this picture.
Stunning, man. Yeah. It's a really nice picture, yeah.
I'm gonna try to go through between the gap to make it tighter first.
Something a bit different.
Yeah, we'll go close to get the details, yeah.
For me, the most important aspect of my work is being out on the street, shooting candidly, and the element of surprise. That's cool, man. Okay. Look at the expression. I like the way it's just curved over. It looks like like an Elvis cowlick, I think you nailed it. It's good. always a picture to be taken at a market.
Yes, it's a good area. You can see lots of people for documentary photography. It's a good place for us. You know, I am from Turkey, and when I was traveling on the market area, I just took this photo.
Wow, look at the color in that. Can you zoom in on the eyes?
Yes, you can see all the details are perfect.
Details are great. And that was taken at 115, the 5x?
It's very good, really perfect. I don't need to carry camera.
Let's go look for some, eh?
Yeah, let's go. Hello, may I take some photos? You are very handsome.
Look at the expression, the laughter and the smile, man.
It's good.
It's so nice. First time I've actually been to Munich, and I love coming to a new place and just wandering the streets, turning up with no real sort of fixed idea of what to look for. And I think you walk out your door, you follow your nose, and hopefully find some interesting things. Oh, yeah. That's going in the video.
So you've never been in Latin America?
Never.
Why?
I just haven't
That's
had a
so
chance.
strange.
I know.
I love this part of my country. This is the Pacific coast.
Yeah.
It's a place called Huapi.
That portrait's stunning. I love the yellow and the backdrop and the simplicity of it.
You love yellow.
I love yellow. You've got her, but also her environment, which I think, you know, with portraiture, it's always good to see where, especially with documentary portraiture, you want to see where that person's from and a part of their life. The arches are beautiful, man. Let's frame a picture up here.
Just stay. Look for the light, please.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why so serious?
That's cool.
I love the serious one.
Oh, I like that. That's cool. That look good. So I had an amazing afternoon walking around the streets of Munich, some iconic spots. It's the market area, the parks, some of the busiest spots where there's lots of people. Taking some pictures with the 15T Pro, working with 3 great photographers, hearing a little bit about what's important to them with their photography, seeing their work, watching their approach. It's just been a wonderful afternoon.
Xiaomi.
I think the interesting thing about photography is that you send 10 photographers to the exact same place and you get 10 totally different reality. For me, photography is a way to stay connected to the small things in life. It's both a way to explore what's happening in the big world.
For me, each project is a way of healing myself from my past, find a link between the struggle of communities and myself.
I think for me, this was about joy. It's about gratitude.
I'm quite interested in the different people on the street for celebrating the Chinese New Year.
It was curiosity that drove me to his shop, and it's curiosity that drove him.
I think the emotions of isolation in a big city, I think that can be quite powerful. For this project was mostly wonder, thought of, being alone in this universe.
Parece ser que el apagón ha sido masivo en todos los interiores.
A really, really unique few hours to be walking around Madrid, where nothing was working, hordes of people everywhere, moments full of life.
It was interesting because I'm not a street photographer, but experienced that kind of emotion.
It was a photo of an old couple. They're just like everybody else. They don't have the internet. They're completely lost on the street.
We've all got this one thing in common where we just love taking pictures of people and humanity. It's a very great opportunity to be part of this community and connect with these photographers and see their body of work.
Curious about
I feel like we have different perspective and point of view, so it was interesting to share that moment together.
I'm happy with this community. All my life I thought that it's not my way, but now I'm happy with this.
be part of a community. I'm not alone anymore. I always have friends to get ideas, to get inspired. So for me, it's like a community of home.
Coffee, please.
No cash, photo only.
The very first Leica photo was taken right here 100 years ago. Now Wetzlar is a very special landmark for photography lovers, especially Leica photographers. And today we're here to host a master cafe, gathering old and new friends in photography. In exchange of a nice photo, we'll give you a copy. We are almost ready with the setup now. I can't wait to see who's going to pass by later. And this is it. People are coming.
Ein Kaffee bitte. Dankeschön. I'm really proud of the photo because I like the composition and the blue sky, and it represents the name Wetzlar, where Leica is from. I really like this one. This is really nice.
One coffee. Thank you.
I chose this photo because he's my best friend. One coffee, please. Thank you.
A coffee for a photo.
Great photos. I love your work.
One coffee, please.
Coffee, please.
Which one do you like best?
Some of them are quite inspiring.
Look at that one.
That's just an operation that's Leica. We're here for the 100 years of Leica, and just over there in Wetzlar is where one of the very first pictures was taken. People ask me sometimes, can I use a phone to make good pictures? These are
Good
evening, everyone.
Welcome everyone to today's launch event. I don't know if you can still remember that on December 28th, 2023, Xiaomi EV made its first appearance. There was a technology launch event. I spoke for 3 hours. On that day, I shared in full our history, as well as our vision, mission, and goals for building cars. So what is our goal? Our goal is to build cars that rival Porsche and Tesla. To create beautiful, great to drive, comfortable, and safe mobile intelligent spaces. So, 2 years has passed. What we have done after more than 2 years, we have launched 2 models, Xiaomi SU7 and Xiaomi YU7. Both models have become runaway hits, with cumulative deliveries exceeding 700,000 units. The JD Power, the authoritative research firm, has given our product and high-quality marks in terms of the products and quality in its honor service. The SU7 Ultra and YU7 GT have set multiple records in the Nürburgring at Germany. And this track record wasn't built on luck. It was forged by our team's unity and relentless perseverance. And now I'm about to talk about technology. I've said multiple times that we start with fundamental core technologies, invest 10 times the efforts to build a truly great car. Over the past 5 years, we have achieved a series of breakthroughs in core technologies, like the Xiaomi Moderna pure electric platform, the Xiaomi Hyper Engine V8S motor, the 9,100-ton hyper die casting, the 2,200 milliPascal ultra-high strength steel, and the Xiaomi HAD assisted driving system, as well as our industry-leading Xiaomi EV factory. Every one of these is solid, hard-won expertise. And more importantly, safety. At our very first technology launch event, I made our principles clear. Safety is the foundation. Safety is the prerequisite, and safety above all else. Over the past 2.5 years, the Xiaomi SU7 and YU7 have performed exceptionally well in crash tests by authoritative bodies such as CNCCAP and CIASI. Building the safest car in its class is a pursuit that Xiaomi EV will never stop. So starting from the very beginning until now, we have witnessed the past 5 years. At this point, I want to say a few words from my heart. This is our answer, a heavy one. Handed in by this whole team, earned through 5 years of use and hard-won passion. But the road to building cars has never been just flowers and applause. We felt the euphoria after a successful launch, and the sting of being doubted, misunderstood, and smeared, as well as those sleepless nights when our delivery and sales dropped. But today, 5 years on, all these ups and downs come down to one word: courage. We have no regrets about the choice we made, no regrets about every fight for perfection, and no regrets about every sleepless night. Because of our youth and because of our dreams, it was all worth it. Today is Xiaomi EV's second technology launch event. Our passion burns as bright as it did back then. And on this new track, we are about to open a new door. Here, I want to give a special thank to all the friends who have supported and cared about Xiaomi. And thank you very much to all the friends who have been here personally and visiting us on our live broadcast. We know your support means the world to us. For the past 5 years, friends have been asking this question. When will Xiaomi build a large SUV? Well, actually, there is a series of 9 series large SUVs on the market, 7 dozens of it. The fridge, TV, and big sofa has become the standard configuration. So why does everyone still look forward to Xiaomi? We talked to many 9 series owners in depth. Unexpectedly, they told us the problem. And to conclude in short, for instance, a family of 3, together with the parents, we have 7 passengers. So 6 seats are not enough for a family trip. Or a 2-child family carries the parents and their friends, or together with the colleagues. And the 6 seats is not large enough. So here we have got one question. Why won't you buy an MPV? Actually, I've got a question from my colleague as well. So does it look a little bit weird if I buy an MPV and to commute every day? So many people have asked me this question. Is it okay for us to have a large 7-seater? And there's a new question. The real question is once all 7 seats are occupied. A car may fit 7 passengers, but the trunk can barely fit the luggages for 7 or 6 people. And you have to carry 2 cars together. So for many cars, if all 3 rows are occupied, the trunk is not big enough, and we cannot fit in any luggages. Another question is, the second row zero-gravity seats looks great, but when you recline, you often kick the seats in the front. And what about the third row? Many people complained that it's not easy to get in or out of, and it is uncomfortable to sit in. So these are the questions we have summarized, and what is the root cause to all these questions? Our architects told me, after careful consideration, that if you think of a large space vehicle as a house, these SUVs are not big enough. They actually have a poor layout. So why? I would like to make the analysis. So for all these large size SUVs, although it looks open and airy, but there are actually 2 steps in the floor. That is the second row and the third row. The 2 steps in the floor divide the limited cabin space into 3 separate sections. And although we have a few vehicles who made the second row flat, there's still 2 steps. So what is the question to this design? After we put in the seats here, the second row seat has a very limited range of movement. And the third row, since we are considering the trunk and the head space, they can only be fixed in place. Therefore, the space is quite limited. And moreover, the third row is also squeezed inside due to the wheel arches. So many third row seats, they can only host 2 seats. So we have been thinking this question. Is it possible that we can have a square, flat, open floor apartment? If we compare a vehicle to the house, then we can freely arrange our space and decorate. You can position and move the seats however you want. But as a reminder, we need to obey to the safety laws and regulations. So talking about it, At the very beginning of 2023, we proposed one idea. That is, can we build a movable house that moves with you? So on the road, you can carry your family, friends, and luggage, and every occupant enjoys a spacious and comfortable ride. When parked, it can become a personal studio, a two-person cafe, a three-person living room, or an entertainment space for the whole family. Many people ask this question, isn't that just a simple RV? Somehow, that is. That is exactly the kind of car that we wanted to build. One car with the exterior drivability and off-road capability of an SUV, but with the space and layout flexibility of an RV. So based on this thinking, it is not that easy for us to achieve. We have taken 3.5 years developing an entirely new platform architecture, the Xiaomi Kunlun technical architecture. I will make a short introduction and try to elaborate that to all of you. The Kunlun platform is divided into these three highlights. The very first, Xiaomi Kunlun platform. The first core design feature is a fully flat floor that runs from the front to the back. So from the steering wheel all the way to the trunk, that is the flat floor running through. I'm not sure if you have heard about this concept before. Actually, a flat floor is nothing new for MPV cars. But I don't know if you have driven an MPV by yourself. The wheels are smaller, and also the ground clearance is lower. And also due to its height, the floor thickness is quite enough, and it is a little bit easier for us to design an MPV with a flat floor. But for range extended SUV, the difficulty for achieving a flat floor is extreme. Our architect and engineers have spent a long time overcoming multiple difficulties trying to solve this issue. And we have developed this entirely new platform around this flat floor and space. So let's look at the difficulties we have encountered during our development process. In order to preserve as much precious vertical spaces as possible for the passenger compartment, we need to start from the rear floor and to compress the height. Then, the vertical clearance available beneath the floor for structure and system packaging is extremely limited. So within this tight space, we have to feed. We need to feed 4 class members, the battery pack, fuel tank, exhaust system, rear electric drive suspension, and antibody protection.
And what made it even harder was that while achieving a flat floor, we also had to accommodate SUV ground clearance, and we also need to set up a large battery capacity, a large fuel tank. We need to consider about the crash safety and the body torsional rigidity and strength. We need to consider all these dimensions. The engineering challenges were enormous. So when I prepare for this launch event, I don't know where I can start. So I'd like to walk you through the most critical design innovations. First, how we can put the rear electric drive. We know that electric drive is huge. How to embed it within our vehicle. We have adopted a highly integrated coaxial electric drive unit. By moving the electronic control module forward, and we reduce the floor thickness at the rear drive position by 145 millimeters, making it possible to flatten the third row floor. So this is very a critical point. And second, in terms of the flat battery pack, we have a new design. Based on your understanding, you may think it's a box. However, as you know that there are many circuits inside the battery pack. So by relocating the battery pack control modules to the front and rear, we reduce the floor thickness at those sections. So we have relocated the location of the flat battery pack. And meanwhile, we are not taking a lot of space. That is quite challenging. And our engineers have been come up with many ideas. And then we designed it into a flat battery pack. And we have reduced the floor thickness at those sections by 180 millimeters, allowing the second row floor to be flat as well. As I just mentioned, the understructure is very complex. So we need to include the electric drive, the battery pack, and meanwhile also need to embed a fuel tank. And as you know that we also need to do the space optimization. We want to create a huge SUV. So that's why we want to squeeze in a huge supersized fuel tank. We have many ideas. And finally, we squeeze in a 60-liter supersized fuel tank. Within very limited space, to have such a design is very critical and challenging. So we have many different ideas, and we have flattened the floor, and the thickness was just about 298 millimeter. When I mentioned about 298 millimeters, you don't know what does that mean. And compare with the other SUVs, so we have not compromised the lower body structure strength. As you can see, the floor thickness reduced by up to 200 millimeters, giving the passenger compartment more vertical space. And I also like to emphasize we have not compromised the lower body structural strength, so there's no worry about that. So in this way, we have realized a continuous flat floor from the cabin all the way to the trunk. What about the length of the flat floor? This flat floor measures 2.9 meters in length. And the floor angle is just 2.95 degrees, nearly horizontal. Meanwhile, another very important design is about the square and boxy layout. To reach that goal, we made a lot of effort, and the square boxy layout is also rare among SUVs. We need to optimize the rear wheel arch area. This zone contains the tires, suspension, control arms, springs, dampers, and air conditioning ducts. And there are many things inside. It's quite tight, and it's an extremely compact layout. And first is about the separated spring and damper into a split design. That is a separated design in this way. So we have made the smaller room for the rear wheel arch area. And second, we redesigned the damper angle so it occupies less space. And meanwhile, we adopt the integrated HR linkage with exceptional structural strength and minimal space consumption. Meanwhile, the air conditioning ducts are contoured to follow the body, wasting not an inch of space. These optimizations dramatically reduce the impact of the rear wheel arch on the cabin space. With so many efforts, what is the result? Now we can see the usable interior area of up to 4.4 square meters, and the cabin layout is square and boxy. Compared to competitors' 9 Series flagships with similar exterior dimensions, we offer more space and a more orderly layout, and it's very easy for us to move the seats to accommodate the luggages. Beyond that, and we have set up 6 long slide rails measuring up to 1.9 meters. With those rails, we can further expand the space. First of all, effortlessly arrange into a 2+2+3 large 7-seat configuration. Within all the SUVs, it's really rare to have the 2+2+3 large 7 seats. So the good thing is that it has 7 seats. And when you enter into the third row, you don't need to move the seats on the second row. It's very easy to get into the third row, and it can solve the pain points of many 9 Series owners. Without the innovation we have just mentioned, we cannot achieve this goal. Suppose we only have 4 seats within the vehicle. If we have extra long sliding rails, we can have the maximum rearward slide. The second row legroom extends up to 1.55 meters, enough to fully stretch your legs. It's a true business class experience. If we need to move the luggages, we can also have the maximum forward slide. The trunk capacity expands to 1,831 liters, ultimate storage capacity, with the ultra-long sliding trails, and we have the larger space. For example, we can add a table, we can add a large band on the rail, and it's just like the house we renovated, basically according to the rule of law. So when I mentioned about these things, in terms of the design of the sliding rails, we pay great attention to safety. After many times of the testing, and it's quite safe and reliable. And the rails are made of 7 series reinforced aluminum alloy, and the lug strength reaches 54,000 N, and peel strength reaches 57,000 N. So this is our all-new Xiaomi Kunlun platform architecture. And next, I'd like to share with you about our Xiaomi Kunlun Hyper range. When we mention about range, extended, and many people has the complaints. So that's why I need to talk to you about the Hyper range, which is quite different and has been advanced compared with the ones we have mentioned several years ago. And we aim to build the best-in-class range-extended SUV experience. Daily commuting on the pure electric with just 1 charge per week. So you can use it as the pure electric driven vehicle. And you also have the fuel as a backup in the extreme situations, completely eliminating the range anxiety. So you can also use the gasoline besides the electricity. So our solution is called the large battery range extension. So how large is suitable? According to Xiaomi owner survey, for weekly driving distance, 70% of owners drive no more than 400 kilometers. On weekends, so I also talk to my colleagues. So what about your usage for your weekdays? 75% drive no more than 300 kilometers. So for the range, 300 to 400 kilometers is enough. To meet this need, we developed 2 range extender specific battery packs. First is the 52 kilowatt-hour LFP battery. Another one is the 76 kilowatt-hour NCM battery. So what about the range with those installations? And when we release our models, you can also do the test by yourself after the launching. And for the CLTC, the pure electric range has reached the 505 kilometers. So that is the CLTC pure electric range, ranking first among the range extended vehicles. It can meet the demand for 1 charge during 1 week. We welcome you to do the test by yourself. We can do the, as you can see, this is As you can see, Xiaomi SkyNomad N70 Max delivers the 505 kilometers of the CLTC pure electric range, ranking first. And for the N90 Max delivers 464 kilometers of CLTC pure electric range, also outstanding, and is also the most powerful one among the Series 9. So I believe that we have maintained the breakthroughs. So what do you think of our technology? I think it's quite outstanding. And today, once you carried out the testing, you can tell from different dimensions, and we can outperform the competitors. In terms of the large battery range extending, it also supports the dual motor all-wheel drive. The front motor dominant. The front motor peak power is 210 kilowatts, and the rear motor is a highly integrated coaxial electric drive unit with a maximum power of 100 kilowatts. The front motor applies the Xiaomi hybrid engine technology. It adopts the CIC modules, segmented epoxy-bonded magnets, and ultra-thin 0.2 mm silicon steel laminations, improving motor efficiency. And meanwhile, with a peak front motor efficiency of 95.77%, equivalent to a 27-kilometer increase in range. So behind the range, there are a series of technologies. In terms of the efficiency consumption, as you can see, for 100 kilometers, we only have 15.85 kilowatt hour. That is the lowest CLTC energy consumption, on par with the same segment pure electric platform SUVs. So you can see that is our new experience delivered by the large battery range extension. And for all the 9 Series SUVs, and we think we are providing the best solution. It can help us to have electricity for daily driving, fuel for emergencies, and also save money, and also help you to drive freely. So that is the new experience delivered by the large battery range extension. And many people have been asking about the fuel consumption. It's a quite popular question recently. And in terms of the fuel consumption, we have very good results. And we have realized the 6.26 liter per 100 kilometer. Compared with the other 9 Series range extended SUVs, we have better fuel consumption performance. As you can see the results here on the slide. For the Xiaomi SkyNomad N70 Pro, as a large 5-seat SUV achieves the fuel consumption just 5.7 liter per 100 kilometers. Although it's the first time for us to do the range extender, and we can see our performance in terms of our CLTC results. With the extender and with the large fuel tank, what about the CLTC combined range? It can reach up to 1,705 kilometers. Possibly the best range performance among the range extended SUVs currently available.
With such driving range, you're more free to drive from Shanghai to Beijing more than 1,200 kilometers with fully charged battery and fully filled fuel tank. I believe there's no need to recharge or refuel. And actually, last time I've made a 15-hour running through live broadcast to prove our driving range, and I won't do that again myself. I recommend everyone to do it by yourself. And moreover, we have done something more. Because people have been complaining about the expensive gasoline price and the expensive maintenance, and we have made a lot of work in reducing the costs. So First of all, after the first service, the range extender needs maintenance only every 3 years for the whole vehicle or 30,000 kilometers for the running of the range extender. I remember that when driving the ICE vehicles, normally we need to maintain every 5,000 or 10,000 kilometers. But for us, range extenders, they are used less, so basically around 3 years per maintenance. And another thing is that I required our team to make our range extender support like 92 RON gasoline. So the reason that we are purchasing in these in the electric vehicles is due to the high gasoline price, and there are still more than 30,000 gas stations in China that only supports like 92 RON. So how can we allow us to drive freely? I actually got these results from Doubao and AI like assistants. So with such outstanding performance, it is due to an all-new customized range extender, the Xiaomi Kunlun range extender. So on the basis of existing technology, this range extender has made its further optimization by improving its heat efficiency by 1.5%, achieving 42% of the thermal efficiency in real-world driving, reducing fuel consumption by 0.2 liter per 100 kilometers. We have made the optimization to 7 core components, which accounts for nearly 50% of the unit's total cost. And out of over 200 components, we redesigned and optimized 57. So I'd like to share with everyone that the achievement is not that easy, although it seems. It is not an off-the-shelf unit. It is an all-new range extender custom built for Xiaomi according to our requirements by Dong'an Power, and 1.5T range extender. Now let's look at those figures. So this is why we hope, and this is why we spent a total of 3.5 years and made that much real-world tests, and we invested that heavy resources into that. The ultimate target is that we hope that we can build an range-extending SUV with the best-in-class performance. And next, I would like to talk about the total safety. We have a armor cage body structure with the high-strength steel and aluminum alloy accounts for 90.4% of the whole body. And we have used 2,200 MPa ultra-strength high-strength steel in 16 critical locations for reinforcement. Also, we embedded our roll cage spanning from the A pillar to the C pillar, measuring 2.5 meters in its length. They are also made from the 2,200 MPa ultra-high-strength steel hot gas expanded tubing. Our maximum roof crush load is as much as nearly 14 tons. So all this can be translated as an ultra-high strength for the whole vehicle body. And for this time, our door rings are strong as well. We have made our integrated hard-formed door rings. So first of all, they are ultra-large, measuring 3.3 meters long and 1.5 meters tall. And also we are using this hard-formed steel. And also we are using our 2,200 medium Pascal ultra-high-strength steel at 4 critical spots, significantly improving side impact protection. Together with our 12 airbags, we can fully protect and guarantee the safety for passengers sitting in all 3 rows. And the front floor skeleton of the passenger compartment is also made from integrated hard-formed steel. The overall structure uses 2,000 million Pascal material with additional 2,200 million Pascal ultra-high-strength steel reinforcing at key points to reinforce the front floor and improve floor strength. So the occupant survival space is increased by 9% in front impacts and 10% in side pole impacts. It protects our passengers better. And then looking at the all-direction crash standards, we extend and exceed the industry's most stringent benchmarks. And about the front impact, the CN cap standard requires 56 kilometers per hour, but Xiaomi's requirement is 64 kilometers per hour. The frontal 25% offset impact CISI requires 64 kilometers, while Xiaomi requires 72. And the stacked impact, now the industry standard is CNC cap. A CN cap is 60 kilometers per hour, while Xiaomi is 70. So for all crash standards, Xiaomi goes beyond industry standards. And more critically, looking for rare impacts, the new Chinese national standards require withstanding 50 kilometers per hour, while the US standards requires 80 kilometers per hour. And our Xiaomi standard is that we can withstand 92 kilometers per hour. So it seems that according to the figure, it is increasing not very much, but the collision energy is actually 238.6% higher than the Chinese standard and 32.3% higher than the US standard. So for the collision safety, Xiaomi made enormous efforts and have also made a large amount of experiments. Now, I would like to show you a video about our crash tests. So for us, we have translated our vision of safety into our engineering languages, and we strive to become perfect in every aspect. We have also attached great importance to battery safety. In order to make a good battery, we have more than 230 members in our battery R&D team, including a series of industry experts. We have also built our own battery pack factory. For over the past 2.5 years, we have the experience of safety management for more than 700,000 pure electric vehicles. And today, we officially introduced the Xiaomi Armor Scale battery. This is a power battery system level solution led by Xiaomi EV. We Xiaomi made 4 innovations. First is we made the product definition. We take the lead in battery pack design and development. We participated in the cell design and development. And we are also responsible for the whole process quality control. So the Xiaomi Armor Scale battery system, I'd like to introduce that to you. The safety standard for Xiaomi Armor Scale battery far exceeds national requirements in China. And I'd like to bring you several highlights. So for the range-extended vehicle characteristics, we optimize cell materials, battery structure, and production processes. The battery pack underwent a simulated 300,000 kilometer durability test with full fast charging and highway driving. The results show that The durability performance of the battery pack was excellent. The second, antibody protection. We have adopted high-strength, high-toughness composite antibody shield. Both the top and the bottom layers are for polyvinyl high-strength fiber composite material with a layer of high-strength, high-toughness stainless steel sandwich in between. Altogether, we have a 9-level material. And the antibody impact can withstand 500 joules. The national standard is 150 joules. Actually, its impact resistance far exceeds the new national standard. And the test impactor has a diameter of just 25 millimeters, a smaller ball head with high pressure. And after the impact, the national standard requires no leakage, no fire, and no explosion. But for us, Xiaomi's standard is much higher. We also requires the battery pack to maintain full functional integrity, which means our performance should be much better than the national standard. And when we talk about the thermal safety, we shall, like under extreme conditions of 55 degrees Celsius and full charge, even a single cell thermal runaway produces no thermal propagation, no fire, and no explosion. That is also far beyond the new national standard. And also we require an 18-layer hardcore structural safety protection for comprehensive safeguarding. And at the same time, as for the quality control system, first, the shadow factory penetration management system. Our quality team is stationed on the production floor with Xiaomi specialists deeply overseeing every module. Second, full process penetration quality inspection. We have 100% X-ray inspection, CT inspection, and our AI-powered quality checks. So we have carried out the penetration quality inspection for the whole process out of the production. Third, every single cell has its own digital ID and with full archiving for traceability at any time. So over years of accumulation, we have already built up this battery system in our video.
This is
the totally developed Xiaomi Kunlun technical architecture with a wealth of leading technologies and experiences. And I would like to make one special statement that all core components come from outstanding domestic and international suppliers with outstanding quality. So based on Xiaomi Kunlun technical architecture, we have created Xiaomi EV's second product series, the Xiaomi SkyNomad. The Xiaomi SkyNomad is not a simple family car, or a business car, or a camping car. It is not built only for dads and moms, nor just for business elites. The Xiaomi SkyNomad is built for those. It's a large space car, and that is flexible. And we will start with the first product in the Xiaomi SkyNomad series, the N90 Max.
Now let's watch the review video. For the N90 Max, it is a large 7-seat flagship range-extended SUV. Well, compared with the L9, it's quite the same. The body length is about 5,285 millimeter, the width is 1,998 millimeter, and the height is 1,825 millimeter. The wheelbase is about 3,080 millimeter. And we have our unique approach to space the layout. Our design philosophy is quite clear. We are born for space. The body form is commanding and composed, with every line and every surface pushed out of from the interior spatial requirements. So based on the interior spatial requirement, we design the layout. And we have realized this special design, and we deliberately chose a short front overhang and a long rear overhang proportion. The roof uses a subtle arc curve, ensuring the third-row headroom while also accommodating the cargo space. When we talk about the design of the SUV, a boxy SUV silhouette can easily look bulky if not designed well. We put considerable effort into this. Let's take a close look. We have a straight, continuous shoulder line runs from front to rear, giving the body a confident upright stance. The sail line raises the visual center of gravity, eliminating any sense of heaviness and making the entire vehicle appear remarkably light. So from the distance, you can see it seems that not kind of huge, but actually it is a 9 Series large SUV. The side surfaces are taut and clean, with no superfluous decoration, refined and elegant. The overall form is squared off with rounded corners, conveying a sense of composure, and the drag coefficient is just 0.255, among the best in this vehicle class. The standard 21-inch wheels beneath the full body, large wheels provide a solid planted foundation. All models come with the Bridgestone quite rolling tires, narrow at the front and wider at the rear. 255 at the front, 265 at the rear, and 3 additional wheel designs are available. You can look at our headlights. We call it the Dragonfly headlights. It continues the signature cross-shaped design, with 2 additional groups of daytime running lights shaped like the dragonfly wings, light and dynamic. The high beam range can reach 624 meters, surpassing most laser headlights. The low beam coverage is an ultra-wide 180 degrees, dramatically improving nighttime driving confidence. Meanwhile, the front grille trim panel adopts the multiple choices available in body color trim. We have many choices. For example, we have the brushed silver aluminum premium texture. We also have the gunmetal brushed aluminum, more subdued. Meanwhile, we also have a gold brushed aluminum, a refined style. Beyond that, we also have a hollow smoked black style, instantly transformed into a hardcore off-road SUV. So now you can understand why we design in this way, and we provide infinite possibilities. We also have a 3D halo taillights, a square solid form with rich light layers, perfectly in step with the vehicle's overall character, highly recognizable at night. And you can see the panel is also quite reconfigurable. We also have the frameless side mirrors, the pebble-shaped LiDAR and side cameras. Every detail has been meticulously refined. New colors are provided. The mount green color, a color inspired by distant mountain skylines. Let's take a look. Blue and green intertwine, restrained, serena, never flashy. Fine blue-green pigments and metal particles are added to the paint, creating subtle shifts as light moves across the surface. It carries both the cool depths of nature and the refined elegance of classical aesthetics. We can look at the side body and the tail of the car. And you can see from the above level, it's a large 9 Series SUV, but it looks outstanding, stable, and quite flexible. The second color is called Valley Blue. Deep and dynamic, layered and blossoming. In sunlight, a fine metallic sheen emerges with a hint of dreamy purple. On overcast days, it deepens into a jewel-like submarine blue, understated, elegant, and gentlemanly. It's not a color that stuns at first glance. It's more enduring, more layered. Every time you look again, you see a different blue, as if thousands of butterflies have aligned on the body, wings trembling in the light. And we also have a classic volcanic ash, a perfectly balanced high-purity green, neither too cool nor too warm. Layered with the nanoscale mineral particles, it presents a refined, dimensional, metallic texture, shifting light and shadow, composed and understated, with an effortless presence and understated sense of premium. So today we have 3 colors to be provided. Next, let's talk about space. Space is the most important feature of this model. Now let's take a look. First, second, and third rows, all spacious and open. 2+2+3 large 7-seat layout. And meanwhile, you can also see that the minimum interior standing height is 1,233 millimeters. Well, that is a preschool child can stand easily within the vehicle. And for the second row seating space, it measures 950 millimeters. Even a 1.9-meter tall passenger seats comfortably. The center aisles leading to the third row is 180 millimeters wide. No need to move seats to access the third row. And the seating space in the third row is about 890 millimeters. A 8-meter passenger's knees don't touch the seat in front. It's very comfortable. While 3 adults can sit side by side without crowding, so you can see the width is quite enough. With 7 people traveling, the trunk can still hold the 7 multiplied 20-inch suitcases. The standard trunk capacity is about 577 liters. So it can accommodate the luggages for 7 people. So you can see it has a huge trunk capacity. Another great feature is quite astonished by many people. As you can see, it can also open to the 90 degrees wide. Well, the space to go in and outside is quite spacious. It's quite easy for elderly people and children to go on and out. And it has the smart electric tailgates, 6 opening models, voice control supported, plus the anti-pinch, anti-slam safety protections. Meanwhile, we also meticulously designed the door open warning. We apply 9 cameras plus 4 door mounted millimeter wave radars and 1 forward facing LiDAR for fused perception. For example, it supports the multi-angle door open warning and obstacle avoidance. When a passing e-bike is detected, the door can stop. When a pedestrian is detected, it can hover and continue opening after they pass. So you can see this electric tailgate is quite smart. And meanwhile, as you can see, it has a very low threshold, easy access. And it also has the electric running bolts. And entry and exit is safer and easier for elderly passengers and children. So you can tell our design has a lot of efforts from our team. Intelligent, reconfigurable large space, a car that can effortlessly switch between configurations, adapting to every lifestyle scenario. You can take a closer look. For example, the face-to-face model. There are many face-to-face seating cars on the market. So after releasing this picture, many people say that it's useless. Well, the main reason is that very few can do a really spacious and comfortable vehicle. We invested heavily to perfect this, to deliver a genuinely comfortable living room and cafe. How did we achieve it? First row seats support the power revolution. It also supports the Xiaomi and is very easy to operate. And for the second row, it's quite space. For the 1760 millimeter, no knee clashing, even when seated face-to-face, so we can drive by ourselves. The majority of the SUVs cannot achieve this goal. It's quite awkward. We may have the key clashing. The sliding multifunction center console can move from the first row to the second row. The sliding multifunction center console is also a multifunctional tea table, 2 phone slots, charging ports, and a rear control screen. And you can also see a super-sized storage bin, and 4 cup holders for easy access. So as you can see, it's quite convenient. With such a wonderful sliding multifunction center control, we can choose the optional oversized table board. Well, it's about 60 centimeters long and 42 centimeters wide. It accommodates 4 people, coffee, cars, conversation. Your mobile living room is ready. When we release this board, and many people have been asking whether we can play the mahjong on this table board. Maybe we need to design a special version. It hasn't been invented yet. For Such an oversized table board, as you can see, it is quite easy for us to use. Besides, we also provide you the office mode. We have also designed the rail-mounted table board. It's also a 60 centimeter multiply 42 centimeter adjustable table board.
And it is suitable for the 16-inch laptop and also a room for a coffee cup. The car becomes a private office. I'm seeing that JD Power have an user insight report saying that that is a good place for you to have a short nap. So what is the good point for this table or for this desk? I believe, like many of you, haven't had the experience of working on a car, and actually it can be moved back and forward and adjustable height. You can also lock the space. It supports the rapid installation and rapid picking up. So if we cannot adjust the height or the position, then it will be difficult for us to use. So by then, it is also easy for your children to eat something or to do the homework. And also we support the bed mode. While we fold the third row flat, then move the second row forward and add a mattress, it transforms into a flat double bed. This configuration does not affect front row space. We have also designed the ecosystem privacy curtain. You can have a quiet corner during camping or resting. So the third and the second row will be a double bed. And in four-person travel scenario, it becomes a luxurious four-seater. Both the second and third rows can slide to their rearmost positions simultaneously, delivering a legroom of 1,550 millimeters. It is enough to fully stretch your legs, comfortable even on long journeys. And look at the imaginations. So when you are traveling with the kids or the babies, in second row, moms and dad can easily change clothes and diapers for the little ones. And taking pets along is no longer a difficulty. A golden retriever can move freely and lie comfortably in the second row. And many people, they have this issue that you can only put your dog in the rear trunk, but by now you can put your golden retriever in the second row. For cat owners, you can even bring the portable litter box for the convenience of the cats. So if you turn on the TV, the second row viewing distance is nearly 0.67 meters, the best in-car viewing space. And if we fold the second row flat and connect it to the third row, it creates a chaise lounge with a viewing distance of nearly 1.67 meters. And if we move the second and the third rows forward, you can have the ultimate storage mode. And I'd like to introduce that you can simply move your seats forward, then your things can be put on the floor. You don't have to worry that it may damage your rear row seats. It is suitable for large items. In order to fit in the ultra-large items, we have the ultra-low tailgate threshold that is as low as 690 millimeters. We also have an extra-large opening for the tailgate. And for effortless loading and unloading of heavy items, we have an extra-large tailgate with a low threshold. And many friends enjoy cycling, so you can simply fit two road bikes without dismantling or folding them. So it will be much easier for you to carry your bicycle. Also, you can install a coffee machine in the trunk to bring a surprise for your friends when camping. Then you will become the most popular friends for camping. And on vacation, driving to the beach, switching to face-to-face mode, you can open the rear doors to 90 degrees, sip coffee while enjoying the sea breeze. That is a pure bliss. So now you know that why we allow the 90-degree view opening. So by doing that, the winds travel through the car. And because it can open to 90 degrees, the tailgates can also open largely. You can add a rear awning and side awning outside. The car instantly becomes a two-bedroom apartment, so camping here, isn't this wonderful? So now you understand why we have this ultra-large gate. So actually, just imagine the scenarios that can be extended. We can all customize all the scenarios. Our product manager by now have presented over 18 scenario presets. And I believe that with your intelligence, you can even imagine like 10 times that of the application scenarios. So with so many scenarios, isn't switching a hassle? Actually, not at all. I'm sure that it is not a difficulty, because all the seats, all the gates, the supports, power, opening, and also the multifunctional center console is power operated. And all the scenario supports the Xiaomi voice assistant. Like for example, the face-to-face mode. You can simply ask your assistant to switch that to face-to-face mode. Then it will automatically move by itself. And we have made and counted the time, and the full adjustment requires only 52 seconds. It's fully automatic. And also for the reconfigurable space, we have made a series of safety tests and implemented a series of safety measures. We have made a high-strength seat rails, 39 anti-pinch design points, like our front and after movement, and also the recline adjustment and leg rest adjustment, they are always anti-pinch protection. Even the panoramic sunshade and charging port cover have anti-pinch functionality. Also, we have multiple checks and reminders. So first, the vehicle can only be switched when it is parked. You cannot move while the car is moving, and there is no one in the seat. And also there is a countdown reminder to remind the passengers. And actually, we have carefully designed the speed for our adjustment. It cannot be too fast nor too low, and we have made a careful preparation and customization for that. That is the extra large space, intelligent, reconfigurable, and multi-layered safety. By talking so much about space and flexibility, I don't know if you have by now fully understood our slogan, that is, one SUV, a world that moves with you. So one SUV, a world, basically means the unlimited imagination within one vehicle. That is the freedom we are chasing. So the freedom means that being able to stop comfortably, whether in the city or among mountains and seas. And freedom means that have your own dedicated space wherever you are. You can use it exactly as you wish. That is to have one space of your own. We call it simply as the end space for you. Now look at the interior design. The cabin is remarkably open and airy, with a total glass area of 6.8 square meters. We also have thorough sun protection, the panoramic roof that has a dual-zone physical sunshade, and also we have the privacy sunshades for the second and the third row windows. And 95% of all highly frequency touch surfaces are wrapped in soft touch materials. And interior materials are certified eco-friendly and safe for direct contact by infants. We have a continuous dashboard panel spanning 1,530 meters in its width. And also we have a cabinet-style center console with clean and streamlined lines. By a light press, you can pull out the hidden drawer, which is perfect for tissues, documents, and more. And there are more refined details. We have a two-tone steering wheel, the metal trim accents, and every functional area is polished as if it was a standalone product. And we provide multiple options for interior colors. The mocha brown, combining the steadiness of brown and the vitality of red tones. It carries both the stability of a business setting and the warmth of a home. It's a color with taste. The sand portrait beige, a soft light beige color, a very quiet color that grows on you the more you look at it. We have the diffused ambient lighting. From the floor to ceiling, we have a 3-layer ambient lighting for a truly atmospheric experience. Light spreads softly without glare. Also, we have a 256-color digital light curtain, creates a theater-like ambience. The vehicle features 12 ecosystem ports and 14 power outlets. It supports 220 volts power output and a 6.6 kilowatt vehicle-to-load discharge. So, while camping, it is worry-free for you to use electric appliances, including the microwave oven or the electric boilers. And with the 76 kilowatt-hour of battery plus the range extender power generation, you have power freedom for outdoor camping. Now, let's look at our own fridge, TV, and big sofa. Look at what we provide to you. We believe it is what we are strong at, because don't forget, we are professional in making home appliances. Just to make a quick advertisement to our home appliances, including our TV, refrigerators, washing machines, air conditioning, and everything, thanks to all. Now, we look at a big fridge. The 9-liter capacity holds 10 cans of Coca-Cola. We have independent compressor refrigerator, allowing us to have a fast heating and cooling, and it is extremely energy efficient. And second, the big TV. We have a 21.4-inch rear seats large display with rich content. It has 3K high definition with 800 nit brightness, the hardware level blue light protection with triple TUV Rhineland certificates. Also, it supports the 90-degree to 110-degree adjustment with a viewing distance from 0.7 to 1.67 meters. It allows the best viewing experience no matter the sitting position or posture. And the big sofa throughout. All seats are supremely comfortable. The first and second row seats features over 12 layers of cushioning design, including high-density memory foam and zero-pressure soft foam. Soft yet supportive with depth and dimensions. And the front and second rows come standard with a 16-point massage, including the cushion and back massage for full body relaxation. We also have the seat ventilation and heating, making every ride a treat. So talking about it here, and the zero-gravity seats, we have up to 2 in the front row and 2 in the second row. Ultimately, we have provide up to 4 available. So when you recline the second row seats, it will be extremely comfortable. And looking at it, in the front row seats allows 3 options. The standard massage seats. It supports the massage at the cushion and the seats, while the second is the rotating seats with massage, and the third, the zero-gravity seats. Because the zero-gravity seats is large, it does not support the rotating function. So if you enjoy face-to-face mode, then please don't choose the zero-gravity seats at the front row, because no matter how large we make the vehicle, it is still limited space. And we also support the heat pump air conditioning with extremely low energy consumption. It supports dual zone front and rear adjustments. The second row B pillar and the third row ceiling both have independent air vents. In this way, every row has its own dedicated climate zone. So we have made excellent air conditioning design for the 3-seaters, as for the 3 rows. And also we have the Xiaomi stellar sound system. We spent 3 years perfecting it. Every speaker is placed at the optimal acoustic position, and every frequency band has been tuned through repeated refinements. And actually, we have invited many media friends who highly approved these sets of stereo. So if you have a test drive or a test ride, I highly recommend you to have a test with our sound system. It has 25 speakers with 7.1.4 immersive surround sound with a rated power output of 2,445 watts. and its maximum output is more than 4,800 watts. And we have 7 titanium dome tweeters for better high-frequency transparency. We also have standard subwoofer across all models and a class-leading 265mm AFS speaker for powerful bass. This is our intelligent, reconfigurable large space. Now let's watch a video for our design philosophy.
设计 SkyNomad 和苏七、预期截然不同的是，我们要回到空间需求，要让这台车舒展，让空间利用率最大。我们用一根线条勾勒出了整个空间的轮廓，非常规整和方正。外饰设计在任何场景里都能够融入进去。一句话，大大方方，恰到好处。这台车的设计是由内而外被撑出来的，从长滑轨、平地板开始。我们先从里面讨论问题。它特别像盖房子，先考虑的是空间和场景。它可以是一个人的工作室，2个人的咖啡厅，或者说是3个人的会客厅，就像在家里面一样，你可以特别自在的待很长的时间，它会陪伴你很久。我们希望你能够用精力、回忆和情感去填满这个空间。这台车是为生活而设计。我们不希望这台车去定义你是谁，而是希望它能够装得下你的每一种生活。这才是真正充满想象力的设计。
And next, let's talk about driving. The N90 is a full-size large vehicle. It doesn't feel bulky at all. First, let's look at the motor. It is the dual motor all-wheel drive with composed and powerful response. The maximum power can reach 310 kilowatts from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.9 seconds, top speed of 190 kilometers per hour. The large battery range extender system completely eliminates the range anxiety. As you can see, the CLTC pure electric range is about 464 kilograms, the highest among 9 series SUVs. And as you can see, the excellent public charging station compatibility with a 99% first attempt success rate. And we also have the 6 kilowatt-hour tertiary lithium battery. Charging is fast, 285 kilometers of range added in just 15 minutes. The CLTC combined range is about 1,705 kilometers, ranking first among range extender SUVs. Depleted battery fuel consumption of just 6.26 liters per 100 kilometers, compatible with many octane gasolines. The quiet cabin experience comparable to a pure electric vehicles. And we have the standard dual-layer laminated acoustic glass on the front windshield and all 4 doors. We also have the standard quiet rolling tires for all series of the SUVs. And we also have over 100 sound damping materials are used throughout the vehicle. And we also have acoustic wrapping of the range extender, precise cylinder, the activation control, and an ENC active noise cancellation system, achieving less than 1 decibel of noise increase when the range extender exchanges while driving. This is the industry-leading hyper-range system. For the N90, it also embedded with the premium chassis hardware, the front double wishbone and rear HR multi-link independent suspension, standard 5-level adjustable air suspension, and continuously variable damping shock absorbers with front and rear hydraulic bushings. The front double wishbones plus the rear multi-link. During cornering, tires have more contact patch for better grip. Body roll is better controlled and steering is more precise. Acceleration tuning mimics the linear output of a large displacement engine. Power delivery is composed and controllable. Steering is remarkably agile. For a full-size SUV, the turning radius is just 5.95 meters. And the steering wheel is adjustable across 3 settings, and it's not dummy at all. And it has 3 levels for adjustments. REPS, rack-type electric power steering, is also used. The same steering design found in high-performance vehicles. Braking is confident inspiring. The 100 to 0 km per hour braking distance of 38.57 meters, stable even across 10 consecutive stops. Beyond that, the high-speed tire blowout is extremely dangerous. And we know that it greatly affects the stability. And we take a video clip. 7 passengers fully loaded traveling in a straight line at 160 kilometers per hour. When both left side tires blow out simultaneously, the vehicle maintains straight line stability. You can see the technology of the chassis is quite powerful. Now let's look at the video clip. That's why would you say for the N90 Max is quite stable. Forward visibility is expensive, providing a strong sense of control. The driver's 8-pillar blind spot is minimal, making city turning more confident. And meanwhile, we also have another function. When your speed is less than 10 kilometers per hour and the light is automatically light up, so it can light up the 2 sides of the road, and it increases the sense of safety when you're parking your cars. This is about a N90 Max. It has the solid chassis, premium driving quality, and outstanding daily commuting comfort. Now let's look at intelligence. The vehicle equipped with the same top-tier intelligent foundation as the SU7 and YU7. The 4-in-1 domain control module, compact, lightweight, low energy, and fast. The core board meets the automotive-grade certification with durability testing standards more than twice the industry norm, already deployed across the hundreds of thousands of vehicles. It's a mature solution. Now let's look at the computing unit. It is equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 mobile platform. And this is 4nm flagship chip. And it also used the NVIDIA Thor automotive computing platform. It is also a 4nm flagship chip. These are all the most advancing chips. Well, in terms of the computing power, it is quite high because they have been using the different ways for computing. It's not easy for us to compare. So based on the Thor chip uses a more advanced 4nm process with strong effective computing power. It's currently the most expensive chip in its class. For the SU7, YU7, and also the SkyNomad. It adopts the same and the most expensive chips. The dual 5G ensures connectivity stability with Wi-Fi 7 support, standard ETC, free activation. 6 screens across the vehicle work in concert with content sharing. The rear CCTV is a massive 21.4 inches. The supercell eye is incredibly useful. 5 groups of 12 microphones inside the car, 3 groups of 6 microphones outside, dynamically detecting where you are sitting or standing for precise control. For the supercell eye, and apart from the algorithm configuration, is also quite powerful in terms of the hardware. And this time, I also like to tell you that owners love the Sentry mode and the refrigerator, but always complain about the long-term power consumption. And this time, we specifically designed the flyback, a high voltage to low voltage DC to DC conversion circuits. When the vehicle is in sleep mode or the high voltage system is powered down, it can supply power directly from the high voltage system without starting the DC-DC converter. Rated power is 100 watts and is very energy efficient when powering the refrigerator alone, and is also very energy efficient when powering the Sentry mode. For example, for the Sentry mode, it can save 60% of the power, less than 5 kilometers of range loss per 10 hours overnight. I can remember the number was about 20 kilometers. And now let's talk about independent compressor refrigerator. At an ambient temperature of 32 degrees Celsius, or if you put 10 bottles of Coca-Cola chilled to 5 degrees Celsius, the 24-hour total vehicle energy consumption is just 0.72 kilowatt per hour. As you can see, it can be used for many days. It's quite energy saving. As I just mentioned, the ambient temperature is about 32 degrees with 10 full bottles of Coca-Cola chilled to 5 degrees, and the energy consumption is just 0.72 kilowatts per hour. So if you have the child with your family, if you buy the N90 Max, then you can enjoy your chilled Coca-Cola will step on the car. And previously, there are many pain points of the 9 series. And right now, based on the demands of the consumers, once we work on those demands, we can solve their demands. The assisted driving, we can say, is full specific across all models. Assisted driving, full spec across all models, and we have 7 TOPS Thor computing chips, 2 LiDAR units, 4D millimeter wave radar, ALD coated high definition cameras, all standard. And this time, we also have the rear-facing solid-state LiDAR. It's to solve the problem of parking for the large SUVs. And it has a wide angle, and as you can see, it has the wider coverage with ranging precision as far as 2 centimeters, essentially building a defensive net at the rear of the vehicle. It can capable of recognizing scenarios that cameras struggle to detect. For example, a deep ditch beside a street side parking spot, posing a traffic risk. It can detect it early. A parking spot next to a pillar with a suspended fire extinguisher box, it can brake to avoid the collision. Another scenario is that overhead HVAC ductwork in an underground garage. It alerts you to the scrap risk in advance. So as you can see, this rear radar is quite helpful for parking. It has solved many problems that we cannot solve from our vision. After Xiaomi HAD upgraded to the XLA architecture, user satisfaction rates have continued to rise. And today, two particularly popular features I'd like to mention. First is the voice control driving, used over 1.778 million times. And changing lanes or adjust speed with a single voice command for easier driving. And the second is the shopping mall garage level-by-level navigation, used over 486,000 times, no more getting lost in the garage.
We have a standard configuration for Xiaomi HAD across all models. Now, let's look at the safety design, which is the most important for today. So what are the safety designs for Xiaomi N90 Max? Actually, Xiaomi SkyNomad is designed to the highest safety standards in the industry. I'd like to highlight 5 points. Again, first, the armor cage body structure with critical locations reinforcing using 2,200 medium Pascal ultra-high strength steel. The second, all seating position safety protection, which means all seats are equipped with similar protection. So we have used both male and female dummies across all seating positions, which is higher than industry standards. And we have made dedicated safety development for children in the second and third row child seats. And you can see there is a comparison between the CN cap, the CIASI, and the Xiaomi standards. For all seat positions, it goes beyond the strictest national standards. Third, 12 airbags spread out the vehicle, which is the most among SUV under 500,000 RMB. And I would like to highlight 2 points. The first is that the first and the second row far side airbags feature 4-point fixation for better head protection. Second, there's an ultra-long side curtain airbags, which is more than 3 meters. It can have a better protection effect for all 3 rows. And also in the whole vehicle, it equipped with 9 crash sensors distributed throughout the vehicle. Whether the impact is towards the front or rear of the car, the airbags deploy precisely and on time. So fourth, the door handle design, it is fully compliant with China's new national standard, which is about to be implemented next year. So we support both mechanical inner and outer handles. And we have an independent backup power source for the door lock. So even after a severe impact, when the high voltage and low voltage batteries are completely cut off, the central console unlocking and mechanical door opening are still possible. So we have the 3-layer control. And we strive to be the best in all details for safety. Also, another case that is the tailgate emergency release handle. The industry's typical design is to mount it low, and if we put luggage cases here, it is hard for you to find if it is located to the bottom. And then that is why we added a high-mounted handle that the third row passengers can reach with just a turn of the head. So then, in case of emergency, it will be much easier for the third row passengers to find this emergency handle. And fifth, we are currently in the rainy season, and Xiaomi SkyNomad offers up to 750 millimeters of wading depth. We have equipped 2 wading radars mounted beneath the side mirrors of both sides, continuously monitor the water depth. And 24 critical components throughout the vehicle feature a waterproof design, and the battery meets the IPX8 and IPX9K waterproof standards. The air conditioning intake features a 3-stage waterproof barrier. The A, B, and C pillar cavities using a double-layer sealing, which dramatically improves the overall vehicle air tightness. And other adjustments. The range extender air intake are relocated to below the front windshield, which is raised to 1,109 millimeters. Second, the pressure release valve was moved from the traditional rear bumper position to above the tailgate, which is raised to 900 millimeters, raised from normally 700 millimeters. So which means that we have fully improved its weighting capability. And now a short video for our weighting test. So is this function useful? And our vehicle also supports the emergency floating. So basically, if the weighting depth goes beyond 750 millimeters, then it will automatically raise, or it will fall. And due to some unexpected scenarios, it can also flow here. And there is no significant water ingress into the cabin within 3 minutes. This design is targeting that when there is an emergency falling into the water, this design gives you the space and time to escape. So, just a safety reminder, do not attempt to wade through unknown water depths or road conditions. And this emergency flotation is a safety redundancy feature. Please do not try it casually. That is a safety reminder again. These are the comprehensive safety design for Xiaomi SkyNomad. And as we know that quality and safety admit no shortcuts. Our test track durability test intensity is doubled, achieving the equivalent of a 480,000 kilometers structural durability test. We emphasize the real-world road testing, so this vehicle started road test since 2024, and as of the June 30, we deployed altogether 566 test vehicles, accumulating over 4.28 million kilometers for real-world road testing. It also provides a 5-year or 100,000 kilometers vehicle warranty period. And the range extender and the 3-in-1 system warranty is 8 years or 160,000 kilometers. This is the all-new model Xiaomi SkyNomad. Now, let's have a short video about its R&D process. And after finishing that, please applaud to our Xiaomi SkyNomad N90.
历经1000多天，小米鹏程即将完成最后阶段准备。
和你见面前的1000多个日夜。 我们重新想象了一辆车的空间，在看不见的地方，把安全做足，反复验证每个细节。数据呢？数据在哪？数据这边没有。有，我看着是朝前转的呀。566台测试车。 31个省 194个城市，从零下41度到53度，再到海拔5380米，总测试里程428万公里。
当你真的是努力把自己想要的做出来，这个呢，一定要记得。
3年，1000多天，为什么一款车让人等这么久？因为有些路就是要一条条走过，有些时间就是没法节省，有的地方就是要真实的到达，直到把高可靠这个特性牢牢地焊在小米鹏程的名字上。直到放心把它交给你。SkyNomad 小米鹏程，让你久等了。
So what about it?
帅吧
Does it look handsome?
所以我们整车大气稳重，越看
So
越好
actually the
看
whole
而且越耐
vehicle
看
is
今天的话
beautiful in
呢
its appearance.
这辆展车里面呢
And now
我
today,
请了7位
I have specially
鹏
invited
程项目
7
的同学
colleagues from our SkyNomad
下车
design team. Now please get off the car.
好，谢谢你们，谢谢。
Thank you very much.
所以我想让大家看一下这
Now
辆
I'd like to
车
show you
能不能装7个人，而且
can this car support 7 person?
这个高个能不能坐得下啊？
And does it look like comfortable for these?
各位啊，我的身高1.81米
Now
啊，
I
用我来量一
have a
下。
height for 1.81 meters. Now please measure that with my own height personally. I seems
我跟
the
他站在一起
shortest
应该
among
略微
everyone here.
有点优势啊。这个我们这些小伙子都很帅
So
啊。
for
那
all
我
our
问一下
engineers,
这
they
位
are
同学
handsome. Actually, I'd like to give the floor to these colleagues. I'd like to ask, so who are you? What is your department and what's your height? So hello, I'm actually from the Xiaomi Super Factory Sun Lei. My height is 1.96 meters.
你刚才坐在第二排
So just now you are
第三
sitting
排坐在
in
第
the
三
second or the third row, and what about the seating experience?
是坐的第2排
Well, actually, I've taken the second row seat. I feel quite comfortable. I have 3 of my colleagues that is more than 1.85 meters sitting in the third row, and I still have 1 raised of like our leg room. So this is actually have excellent leg room performance. Okay, thank you very much to all 7 colleagues. And they have specially taken 7 suitcases for a demonstration. Now please get off the stage. Thank you.
所以的话呢，我们刚才7
So
位同学
just now we have
身高都比较
proven
高最高的
that with our 7 colleagues, and the highest has a height for 1.96 meters tall, and it is also quite comfortable for 1.85 meters to sit in the third row. So this is basically, we believe, the most comfortable and the most spacious for all 9 series SUV. Now please appreciate the exterior. Many people enjoy the design for our wheel hub, and also we have a suspending vehicle logo here, and the whole series they are all equipped with 21-inch wheel hub, and also these tires from Bridgestone.
是吧？这个可变400。
And also you can choose like the different decoration board. This one equipped with the silver color aluminum decoration board. And also we have the dragonfly and designed headlight. So by now, I'd like to make a short conclusion and summary for this vehicle. This is N90 Max, the large 7-seat flagship range extender SUV, which is the highest configuration model for that. In the future, we will also launch different configurations. It has a seat layout for 2+2+3 and have a flat roof, the long sliding rails, and also flexible space. It is also equipped with good power performance, dual motor 4-wheel drive, and also you have a 5.9 seconds for 0 to 100 kph. It is also equipped with the air springs and also continuous variable dampers, and also equipped with 21-inch quiet and tires from Bridgestone, and 255 millimeters at the front wheels and 265 millimeters at the rear wheels, and the CLTC driving range on battery is 464 kilometers, and the comprehensive driving range is 1,705 kilometers, and also 6.26 liters per 100 hour after battery dry out.
And the tech and luxury, we have the 4nm flagship SoC, the 4nm Thor computing chips, and dual LiDAR 4D millimeter wave radar, dual 5G standard ETC, plus the heat pump air conditioning and 25-speaker premium sound system, and can provide 4-0 gravity seats, smart electric doors, electric running boards, independent compressor, refrigerator, large rear TV, and so on. And we also have a series of safety consideration and configuration. For example, the armor cage body structure, and it also have the integrated hot-formed door rings and the embedded roll cage, 12 airbags throughout the vehicle, the triple redundant door handles, plus the driver pre-tensioner seatbelts. So when we encounter the risks, and the seatbelts will be fastened. We also have the emergency flotation capacity and high-speed tire blowout stability control. After understanding all the configurations, I'd like to say that for the N90 Max, among the 9 series range extended SUVs under the 500,000 yuan, it is certainly one of the best. Let's take a close look. I will not read all the details and make the comparison. You can look at the details by yourself. Well, that is the only large 7-seat range extended SUV, and as we just mentioned, the comprehensive range has been over 1,700. And this morning, I mentioned an English sentence. Now, as you can see, only the SkyNomad can do. Only we can do this. Only SkyNomad can do. For such a 9 series range extended SUV, so what about the pre-order price? Well, it's about 290,000. So I hope that you can believe that with the past 3.5 years, we made a lot of efforts to polish this product. Thank you so much for all your support. Well, for the N70 Max, this is a large 5-seat range extended SUV, also the high-specific variant of the N70 series. Body length is 4,960 mm, wheelbase is 2,950 mm. Its quite activated, and it has the dual motor all-wheel drive, peak power 310 kilowatts, and the top speed 190 kilometers per hour. And the CLTC pure electric range is 505 kilometers. CLTC combined range is 1,461 kilometers, and it also embedded with the armor scale turn-array lithium battery, 45-liter fuel tank, depleted battery fuel consumption 6.1 liter per 100 kilometers. It also has the ultra-long rail support face-to-face, office, and bed modes. It has the extra-large seating space. It has only 2 rows. It's a smaller version, but you have the excellent experience when you sit inside. Well, as you can see, it has the maximum expanded space of 2,425 liters when slide fully forward. And as you can see, it has a really large trunk capacity. It has extremely powerful specs. The front double wishbones plus the rear multi-link suspension, air suspension, continuously variable damping shock absorbers, 9 airbags, armor cage body with 14 locations but with 2,200 megapascal, ultra high strength scale, embedded roll cage, integrated door rings, and also have the 4nm computing chip, LiDAR, 4D millimeter wave radar. It also equipped with the standard ETC dual 5G. For the N70 is also the best model. So what about the pre-order? Price is about 250,000 RMB. So these are the 2 models we released today, and they are the high configured models, and we're going to provide you more modes. And as you can see, for these 2 models, what are about the technologies? As you can see, it's also the dual motor 4-wheel driven, and as the top speed is 190 kilometers per hour, although it is for the family use and is not the smart driving, but also has good performance. And you can see we have the CDC for the chassis, and for the N90, as we can see, the steering radius has been like 6 meters. And we have also seen that it has the battery, and for the 76 kilowatts per hour NCM, the comprehensive combined range has been over 1,700 meters. So maybe we can drive from the Beijing to Shanghai. I want to try again, but my colleagues refuse that. And as you can see, it has the 1.5T, and it has very low price for the maintenance. It also has the smart driving assistance. And for the N90, and we have just mentioned, it also has the rear radar, and we also have the electric gateways, and we also have the rotating seats, the big TV, the refrigerator, and the big sofa, as well as the sound systems. As we have just mentioned, it's very excellent. And we also have the low bass. And this vehicle is worth of looking. And as you can see, display vehicles are now at stores. We welcome everyone to visit Xiaomi EV sales store for a closer look. And we also have those experience stores, and we welcome you to join us. And our vehicles will be officially released in September. And we start from the 9 p.m. for the pre-order sales, and you can have the deposit for 1,000 yuan fully refundable after the official launch. This is the pre-order. And locking in your order after the launch grants priority production queen placements. Many people want to buy this. If you really want to purchase this vehicle, that you can have the pre-order. Once you got the delivery from our store, our sales set, you can also receive a complimentary dual cup holder in-car table board valued at 999 yuan. And we designed 3 styles of the table board. If you don't want to rotating seats, you can also choose the single cup holder in car table board. You can use it for meals and also for office. It might not be quite spacious. We also have the dual cup holder in car table board. And you can open the Xiaomi EV app or the other programs for more details. If you have the pre-orders, the deposit is only 1,000 yuan. Once you got the lock-in of your order, you can have the priority production queen placements. And as I just mentioned, you will also receive the complimentary dual cup holder in car table board. So it starts at 5 p.m. Tonight. We still have 5 minutes to go. Well, it's also okay if you don't buy it. And we also prepared the Xiaomi SkyNomad N70 1 to 43 die-cast car models in the Mount, Tank Green, and Valley Blue, available for purchase at Xiaomi EV App Store. We have limited numbers of the models. Well, now we almost come to the end of this release event. I'd like to talk to you what exactly is the SkyNote. Well, it's actually quite different. When we design it in the first stage, many media friends has mentioned it's not a new thing to have the rotating seat. Do you think you can really compete with the other competitors? Today I'm speaking for 2 hours. I think you can understand it's a quite different car model. So what exactly is the Xiaomi SkyNomad? About 3 or 4 years ago, we have been thinking for a very long time. It's not a car for mommy and dad or for business people. We have the mature business models. We can do the imitation within 3 or 4 years. We can have a good answer. But that is not the thing we really want to have, because we believe that life has more choices. Some people can take a nap within the vehicles. During the afternoon, some people have been driving on the road. They hope that they can have a movable living room or a cafe. Some people or some parents have been providing the meals for their children. They hope that their children can have meals in the back rows or writing homeworks in the back row. Some people want to go camp, but they have so many equipments cannot be put into the trunk. All those pain points should be resolved. We should have the answer. We should have the solution, the brand new idea to solve these problems. And we should provide a new technological architecture to bring the exceptional experience for our users. There's no fixed tabs for this car model. It can be the living room. It can be a space for the children to have meals. It can also be the private space for you to enjoy yourself. It should be understated. It should be low-key. So within the cities, within the garage, within the forest or seaside, it can be embedded within the surrounding environment naturally. It can bring you the advantages. So for the SkyNomad, it's not a place for only people and luggages. It's also a place to have your freedom. And you can also enjoy the ease there. And I would like to invite you to read the slogan once again. As we know, if you have the car, then you can have a world moving with you. And here we come to the end to the technology launch event. I'd like to ask the students and colleagues and friends within the living room to stay. We can have the real experience and testing later. And now we officially come to the end of the launch event. I'd like to say good night to everyone.
think the interesting thing about photography is that you send 10 photographers to the exact same place and you get 10 totally different reality. For me, photography is a way to stay connected to the small things in life. It's both a way to explore what's happening in the big world.
For me, each project is a way of healing myself from my past, find a link between the struggle of communities and myself.
I think for me, this was about joy. It's about gratitude.
I'm quite interested in the different people on the street for celebrating the Chinese New Year.
It was curiosity that drove me to his shop, and it's curiosity that drove him.
I think the emotions of isolation in a big city, I think that can be quite powerful. For this project was mostly wonder, thought of, being alone in this universe.
Parece ser que el apagón ha sido masivo en todo el país.
A really, really unique few hours to be walking around Madrid, where nothing was working, hordes of people everywhere, moments full of life.
It was interesting because I'm not a street photographer, but experienced that kind of emotion.
It was a photo of an old couple. They're just like everybody else. They don't have the internet. They're completely lost on the street.
We've all got this one thing in common where we just love taking pictures of people and humanity.
It's a very great opportunity to be part of this community and connect with these photographers and see their body of work.
Curious about
I feel like we have different